Okay, mic testing 1 2 3. Mic testing 1 2 3. Is the sound okay, everyone? Is the sound okay? If it is, please give us a heads up. Alright, we will be starting the stream soon. Just give us a heads up soon. Let me just prepare myself. Okay, hello everyone. My name is actually Elvirgelion, and I will be your host for today. Yep, I'm your host for today. Lovely day, isn't it? Okay, so for those who are new to this channel, okay, wait, let me just switch to the transition. Alright, okay, thank you for dropping by. Okay, hello everyone. The Duel Links Team War Season 10 live stream will actually be starting soon. My name is Elvirgelion, and I will be your commentator for today. And it is now currently week 9, and we are actually closing in on to the last few weeks of the season. Hopefully you guys have actually enjoyed watching your favorite team doing it out on this platform. It's now actually 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time. For some of our audience, it's actually 11 AM under the Eastern Daylight Time. So I'll be streaming at night right now. So based on the standing for the week 7, the teams are actually pulled from their respective division and placed into groups of 4, where they actually do an inter-group round robin against each other. So currently this is the second round of the round robin for the week, with one more to go on the following week. Alright, so for those who are new to this event or recently heard about this event is actually by Team Wars. They are community hosted, community stream league since 2017. So as for now, featuring tonight's match, it will be Phoenix from the Prank Kids division versus Stellar Trace from the Zexelview division. They are actually under the group 5 category for the intergroup round robin. So please sit back while we await for the first match to begin. The players from each team will be submitting the dead list to the judge before the match actually begin. So for the first round, by the Stellar Trace, we have the Yua, if I pronounce them correctly, versus No Clarity. So Yua is actually on standby waiting for his opponent to turn up. So we are just gonna get some more further instructions from the players themselves, and we'll actually begin promptly. So for now, we just need to give some highlight. Okay, for the Stellar Trace, their previous round robin was very close match because they actually got a 9-10 score against BZ. So, and most of the dead lists, okay, I'm not gonna say later, we'll actually comment later as the game actually begin. And for Phoenix, their previous round against Toon Squad, actually they got a decent score of 10-6, and they actually have they are very lean towards one certain archetype. So, which we will actually review in the match later. So for now, let's just keep a note on how will the match actually begin. So yes, for the representative from Phoenix, you can actually drop by to the room now, and we'll actually begin the match promptly. Alright, anyway, for those who actually turn up, so if you have any of your favorite team that you want to shout for, please say something, or give a little cheer or something. I guess this is what I think should be more appropriate. And really thank you guys for actually dropping by. So we will just wait for the match to actually begin. Alright, so for now we have a few matches running cold currently. If you are actually interested in watching some of the other matches that is running about this timing, you can actually go to some of the other streamers. And for this one, please follow the Duel Links Team Wars official Twitch website to actually get more up to date on their games at the moment. So the details are actually put here for you, okay? So please do follow their details right here. The Team Wars match is under their official website, and they also have their Twitter as well. So please just turn up and do enjoy the audience that have with some friends. If let's say you're actually watching with some friends right now or supporting your favorite team. Okay, in some of the past matches from Phoenix and Stellar, they do have some very close call. But hopefully, let's hope that both teams will be able to rise up to a challenge and be able to, for Phoenix, of course, let's hope that they will keep winning their win streak. As for Stellar Trace, they do have a very close match on their previous game. So hopefully that they're able to come in right soon. So in terms of this, while we are waiting for the match to begin, we actually can do some talk on some discussion on the meta that we've seen recently. Like example, for the games we've seen, especially for the Harpies, despite getting hit on their elegant equities in the balance, they still coming out quite strong because they actually look for substitutions to actually because they are currently, from what I see online, there's a few variants of Harpies that is available. Okay, one, they totally just ignore the treacherous trap hole. They just go fully on their Elegant Equities with some spell and traps as a coverage, and they actually run pretty heavy. Most of their deck list didn't really change much other than the removal of Treacherous Trap Hole or the enemy controller and replacing with some other decent traps as they try to counter the game itself, because most of them actually had one Hysteric Sign or one Hysteric Party or Happy Feather Rest, and in some heavy monster deck they actually run more than 2 Happy Lady 1. And because since Elegant Equity is actually semi, enemy control is actually out of the way, we haven't really seen much enemy control in the deck list itself. But there is still a Treasure Trap Hole, so there is a balance between either one Elegant Equities with a Treasure Trap Hole, or some people just go straight with 2 Elegant Equities with a Breakthrough skill. With some decks have running finishing Breakthrough skills, while some other decks they actually play really aggro traps on Regular Gift Break, Karma Card, or they actually max the Hysteric Sign and Happy Lady. And maybe next on the some of the tier list, we also have the Melodious. Alright, apparently I'll just give a pause here. We need to wait to see whether clarity is ready to begin, then we can actually proceed the match promptly. Alright, they're actually going to start the match, and let's just spectate the match, and hopefully we'll be able to see something interesting on among these 2 players. Because some of the deck lists, some of the deck lists they actually used they did change, but we don't know whether are they gonna remain the same deck list. Because the first one is actually No Clarity. He didn't participate in the previous one, if I remember correctly. Okay, so apparently both players are actually playing a mirror match of Happy's Hunting Ground. So given both of their deck is actually a less than 20, it's about a 20-ish card deck, so they definitely done no chance that they'll be playing aggro trap deck. So they should have a balance of both deck lists should be common in terms of number of Book of Moons, Swallow's Nest, and Elegant Equities, depending on whether do they prefer 2 or 1, or whether they do have any insights on the Treacherous Trap Hole itself. So we may have to take a look on how different that list can be. And the problem is the one starting first will fall prey in a spell and trap destruction, but because both players play the Happy's Hunting Ground, as a result, they actually kind of wipe both of their own board out. So they actually kind of stalemate themselves in this situation. And Happy Channel actually now starts up with discarding a card to actually spawn an extra Happy monster. And for this one, we actually search for the either 1 Elegant Equities or 2. So we have to see what kind of situation are they running. Okay, so instead of searching for the equities, they actually go straight for the feather rest. So presumably they actually want to recycle back the 3 Harpies that is in their graveyard at the moment, because they actually don't have the channeler, which is 1. 2 Happy Perfumer, 1 is actually discarded, 1 is sent to the graveyard. So they actually have the 3 card to build up the board. So it's just depending whether are they gonna use it now or use it later. Because now the problem is there's no more Hunting Ground, so both players do not have the advantage of destroying their spell and traps in this situation. So now they actually build up by recycling back the very same 3 copies of the Happy Ladies, or the whatever you call, depending on how you want to call it, because this is the name they are treated with the graveyard, to recycle back to get back to get back 2 cards. So depending on the deck list they play, they either play they may set spell trap as a buff, because most of them is either setting Book of Moons or they set Swellness as a buff. So usually set it if let's say they have a Happy monster face up on the field. So it really depends on how are they gonna set up the board. So presumably if let's say our dear Clarity actually play 3 Book of Moon, is he gonna set all 3? Or if let's say he didn't play any Treacherous Trap Hole, or did he play 1 in favor of having just 1 Egotist? So you really have to see what other 2 trap cards is. So we have to actually visualize and see how it's going to build up. And at the same time, because our dear Rua lost advantage of the Happy's Hunting Ground at the moment, there's no way to get rid of the 2 set cards. So whatever he summoned may be in a danger of getting destroyed depending on the situation. So it's the same thing, Channeler, because most players actually play 3 Channelers in their deck itself. So they actually have the consistent draw because of less amount of cards in their deck. Of course, if they didn't draw it, that means they actually lose 1 advantage that they may potentially have. So now the thing is that apparently it is the same movement where they actually discarded the Happy Channeler, I guess. So we have to see where I say Happy Perfumer. So are they gonna spawn another copy of apparently he just plans to do that. So now let's see whether is he gonna mirror the same movement done by Clarity, which is actually search for the Feather Rest. Okay, he didn't actually decide go for more aggressive measure, which is using the Elegant Egotist. So now the question is, does he have 1 Egotist or 2? Okay, so now he actually searches for the Egotist itself, and he's gonna special summon another Happy Lady. Of course, it has to be Happy Lady 1 because it is the only card that is treated as Happy Lady in the deck itself. So with the Happy Lady, it actually gives an instant boost attack of 300. But the problem is Clarity gonna allow the response to go through because he has to spam trap cards to actually, you know, have a few control from that. It is whether we need to see whether does he have the Treasure Chapel, or of course he can actually choose to use the effect of the Cyber Happy Lady, but apparently because most of the deck actually play 3 copies as well, as they actually counter back and totally missing the opportunity for the Cyber Happy Lady to use the effect at the moment. So now because the Cyber slash Happy Lady has already finished its effect, as a result there is no threat for the monster itself where we activate a spell trap, but we have to see whether does the set card Clarity has able to change the game by default. So we have to actually view the pacing itself and observe how can the game actually be put in the favor. Alright, so let's just take a look and let's presume that they do have some form of control from there. Alright, so okay, he's actually going for he's actually going for the alternative method, which is actually to go for to special summon the number 70, which is the Malevolent Scene, to actually remove the Harpy from the board. Okay, which Harpy did that, and he actually is he going to go for Proceed or Battle Phase? Is he able to score the hit right now? Okay, 1k7, 2k4, any response? Apparently no, so apparently the 2 set card is actually a sort of a bluff. Okay, we are win for the first one. Wait, is it updated? Wait, how come it's not updated? That's odd. Wait, hey, that's odd. It's not updated actually. Alright, for some reason the score is not updating for the team info 1. I manually amend myself. Let me just check through. That's odd. Wait, I just give it a while. If it's not updated, I have to update myself. Yeah, for some reason it's not updating. Yeah, let's go and spectate the second round first. Wait, let me... Yeah, for some reason I'm not able to... that's odd. Let's see what I... Yeah, I can't update. Okay, okay, the moderator, there's some issue with the score on the board itself. I only can update the main score, but not able to update the side score. Can you all check if there's any issue? Thank you. Alright, so second round. Melodious, I think, if I remember correctly. Okay, just give me a sec, because I'm not able to amend the store in the system itself. They do have a default system. Okay, so first movement, sorry, my bad, using the... Alright, okay, so using your first movement solo. So actually go straight using the skill of the... sorry. Yeah, actually they actually use the skill to swap out for the Malicious Maestra monster out onto the field, which is the Sophina. Of course, Sophina has to have a graveyard card to add the effect, so to add graveyard to the hand. So of course, they actually summon the Sotiana as well and set one board and pass up and back to UR. Okay, I'm not able to amend from here for some reason. Give me a sec on this one. Okay, apparently for some reason the score is not able to update. I have to actually update manually. Apologies on this one. Okay. Yeah, I'm not able to update. Okay, so normal summon the happy hunting ground because there's no spell and traps to normal summon the happy channel. There's no spell and trap and destroying his own happy hunting ground. Channel effect actually spawns another monster up. Yeah, I'm not able to update. Okay, for now we just take it as Yua has one score. We have to actually find a way to update the score. Let me see where can I fix it. Okay, special summon the Cyber Slash Happy Lady, going for the Happy Feather Express to able to return one monster back. Okay. Let's wait 1 sec. Let me just check. Yeah, looks like the update like this. Okay. Yeah, I have to update like this, no choice. Okay, so sorry for the delay. Let me just get this out of the way. Yep, I have to update like this manually. There's no other way to work around, unfortunately. Okay, let's take a look at what does how does the game proceeds like. Alright, going for the battle phase. Okay, go for the Melody Songstress. When Songstress is actually destroyed, you can still actually special summon the Melodious Songstress to actually recycle back to add back the solo back to the hand. Okay, at end phase Oracle, adds back the hunting ground, hopefully able to get the advantage from the destruction effects. Yep, I have to manually update on the score sheet. I'm using the notepad to update now. But the main score can still be updated. The mods can just take note. The moderators can just take note. I'm not able to update the team individual score, but you can update the main score. I'm using the latest software that you're sending. Alright, so now going to the battle phase with the full block of the Songstress, Solo, and the Sonata. Okay, they're not able to deal with the Cyber Slash Happy Lady, but he's still on the main phase, so he can actually go for a fusion summon because on the field itself, Soul Power can actually use as a fusion material against a man with this fusion monster. Naturally, he has two options to actually go to. You can actually go for the Bloom Diva, where it has a strong advantage against an extra dead monster and is immune to destruction effect. However, Happy itself is a monster effect that targets a monster to bounce, so it can go either way, and you can either go for Bloom Prima, but in majority of cases it will be the disadvantage situation because of the Cyber Slash Happy Lady effect. But if, let's say, okay, so opponent opens the Pokemon too close to Melodious Songstress because he fears that there may be a score the Melodious Divine Hand to actually lower the attack of the Cyber Slash Happy Lady, so it could be a very difficult situation at this point of time. Okay, so now the problem is Soul Power going to attack the Happy Slash Happy Lady? Does he actually have Song in his hand? So now let's see on how does the game actually feel. Okay, yeah, he actually has Score in the hand, so it actually destroys the Happy Lady. So now the problem is he has one monster. One of his key cards that able to bounce back the key fusion monsters, which is the Bloom Diva. Okay, it's already in the graveyard, so let's presume that he actually played only 2 Cyber Slash Happy Lady instead of 3. That means there's one less card issue to deal with. And because he actually only uses one Feather Rest, we don't know whether does have two, so this means that he may not be able to recycle back the rest. Seems Feather Rest to actually cycle back the Cyber Slash Harp Lady, so he only has one. Presumably, if he was holding the standard, at least he only have one Cyber Slash Harp Lady in this situation. So now he actually has to find a way to deal with the Songtress, because we have realized that the score can actually use the effect on either player's damage calculation. So if he has another score in his hand, this means that there's no way you can actually run over on the Melodious monster, because Melodious monster, because you can actually change the attack and defense to 0 until the end of the turn. But of course, the opponent's gonna take any risk by using the effect of the Elegant Abilities, chaining with the Harpy's Hunting Ground effect, boosting attack. Cyber Slash Harp Lady can actually bounce back the monster. That could be a potential effect of. Okay, so apparently he didn't actually bounce the Soprano, even though there may be a potential score in the hand. So he actually decided to go for the more conventional method, because he decided to go for Malevolency to actually directly remove the monster off the board. So by directly removing monster, he's going to go straight for game in the face. So you guys gonna hit the face right now with the full board of monsters. So let's see whether is there any response back. Apparently no, and Clarity actually lost the second round. So you are actually wins it for the team. Wait, is his name Clarity or Non-Clarity? Because you all wrote Clarity for me. Non-Clarity for me. Wait, let me just check something. Is Clarity or Non-Clarity Goku? Is no Clarity or Clarity? I need to make sure I get this correct. Just PM me in the Discord chat to let me know. Thank you very much. Just make sure I'm in the right track. Alright, so for now, let's just update the score accordingly. Unfortunately, I will have to use the notepad. Alright, I have to use the notepad to update, just check on the software issue, but the main score can be updated. I repeat, the main score can still be updated, so that will have no issue on that. Yeah. Because apparently for some reason the player score I can't change, but I can actually change the main score, so hopefully there isn't an issue on that. Okay. Alright, admin, just to verify, is the sound check okay? Just give me an update on the group chat as an indicator. Thank you very much. Moderators, just verify, is the sound okay? Okay, let's just talk about what happened in the previous match. So apparently Harpies itself do have the advantage against the play style of Melodious, because most of them is only catered around anti-destruction effect or battling against monster that has that is special sound monster. So most of the cards, as long as they're able to use the spell and trap, they actually took advantage of Cyber Slash Harpy Lady's effect to actually, counter against an opponent. Okay, so next up we have Meta. Let's observe the match. Okay. Alright. Okay, let me just change the players to Meta Overdrive. Okay, Meta Overdrive is up next. So Yua is still going strong with his Harpy Lady, and apparently Meta Overdrive is actually playing the Water X6 Territory of the Shark. So hopefully it's a 26 card deck. Interesting. So let's hopefully he's able to do something with the Harpy 6 because most of them actually most of their cards actually goes around with the Atlanteans, which involve either destruction or face-up monsters and using the Abyss Dweller as a folder to remove away the level 3 and low water monsters on the field. Okay, so apparently Rua has a disadvantage of starting first because he has to end up building his own Harpy hunting ground, which could be a disadvantage because if it's a thick deck like Metas Overdrive, there may be some spell and traps that he's been played, and of course losing the Harpy, he may not lose the Harpy's hunting ground for long because he will be able to recover back later. So going straight for the spells, tributing away. Okay, he actually plans to actually recover his resources and enter because Harpy is able to recover a monster if a send there that turn. So actually search a level 4 wing type monster from the deck and back to hand. So this apparently shows that he doesn't have the Happy Channeler on the field at the moment, so he has to actually build a board. But because this is actually turn 1, is this his turn? Let me see. Yeah, it's his turn, so he's trying to build a strong board so that any monster that, you know, perhaps Meta plans to summon, he'll be able to counter by using the using Harpy Cypher / Harpy Lady's effect. So Harpy's Feather Rest, he plans to actually recycle the other. Of course, he's not gonna recycle the Harpies because he has to actually net the effect later. So that's why I keep it in the graveyard. So now he draw the net 2 cards. He only able to set 1. Is he gonna set another one? Apparently, no. Okay, at the end phase, Harpy is able to net search back a card. So either searching for Channeler or is he searching for? Okay, he actually apparently search for Channel because want to build back his board in case his board got destroyed on the following turn. Right, so let's see how will how Meta Ultra is going to actually respond to this. Okay, apparently he's actually starting with a Momia Abyss Spike straight away to add a level 3 water monster from deck to hand. But since he already done his normal summon, he must able to find it. Oh, he's playing Christian with Mermail. Is it a Christian deck? Okay, that I got no idea. Okay, so Christian Trisna actually banishes itself to actually special summon, to actually search for a Christian monster. So actually go ahead and search for a Christian Suffer. Okay, it's actually going for the polymerization. Oh, I think I have an idea. Right, we have to see what he actually plans to fusion summon up. Christian fusion monster. Wait, let me. Oh, okay. Alright, wait, what deck is this, by the way? Is it Water 6? I don't think it's Water 6. Or is it? This is actually using a Crystal Engine to search for the components in it, and there is a King of the Storm as well, so... And why I'm able to verify what deck is this? Because this... Okay, so it's definitely Crystal. Highly Crystal with a fusion material. Alright, so actually special summons the Salphenia. Salphenia actually destroys itself. And actually special summon a Tap Snail on the field. So okay, actually still going for territory of the sharks itself. So alright, so it's definitely Water X6 with a Crystal Engine. So exceeding for the Hook Woven. Okay, so if the second does nothing, our dear Ra will lost the first round actually, so it really depends. Okay, so Pestorter effect activate banishes itself to actually special summon crystal monster from the hand. Alright, so it's actually a side tree going for battle phase. Okay, Suicide's over. Wait, Suicide's over? Okay. Woven Shark effect activates, actually special summon back A. Oh, I see. So because at this rate he's able to do a full-blown damage instead of a one normal damage. So Mark Dragon goes for the attack, and hopefully Crystal is able to end the game itself. Any response? Wait, he has a response? No. Okay. Okay, Meta wins the first one. Alright, second round. Let's go. Alright, let's see what is the second deck. Alright. Apparently most of they are all playing the tier 1 or tier 2 decks. So now the thing is that we are actually switched to the Melodious. So Melodious has to have the first movement solo on the first turn to actually build up the momentum, because I think that is pretty important. Or if let's say he has a choice, he can go for Osinado, which is actually doing a fusion summon, and special summon the Bloom Diva because it's immune to destruction effects. So we have to see whether what kind of bot will will deliver. So meta apparently starts defensively with 2 set cards, one in defense position and one face down defense. So let's see how is able to respond with the play, because he actually need the key card in the hand, which is the first movement solo to actually, because it actually works with the skill for Songtress the Maestro very well in the game, except because he can actually special summon some of the key melodious monster. Okay, so apparently a fearing of the threat to go for MSC to actually destroy the Crystal Impact. So now the thing is that what is the set card going to do in terms of this issue? Because it's a set monster and we know that he play a NG of Crystal and Mermail cards, so it is unlikely that set card will be a threat, but this is something that we have to wait and see. So hopefully you guys have to recover and hit a strong win against Hector. So considering the fact that he's actually pacing the game itself, okay, so apparently he goes for the first option, go for Ostinato to actually do a fusion summon from the using the monster from his deck, but of course the monster will actually be destroyed at the end phase. But if let's say he choose to actually special summon Bloom Diva, which is immune to destruction effect, this phase actually bypass. But if he choose not to, he can actually go for the Bloom Primer, which can attack twice per game, and you can actually defuse and special summon 2 monsters at the end phase. So really depending on what he plans to do. Of course, if you want to plan to go for pure aggro, this is one of the options he can do as well. But we have to see whether it's the set card or potential threat. Okay, so the materials he sent is actually the... Alright, he actually go for the Melodious Maestra Subatra. Not Subatra, let me have to pronounce the name again. Shubata, yes, Shubata. Alright, so he actually goes for the Subata and summons the Subatra going to skill to special summon the Mozata to special summon back the Shopina from the hand as well. So he actually built a few board. That end phase he actually adds back the score. The score itself is able to actually decrease the attack of the monster that battles. So now he has a full board. So now the problem is he able to commit the 3 at one shot. So Melodious Maestra actually goes for the Sophina, actually goes for the attack first. Okay, apparently there's no response, but hitting with the 2k4 and finally a 2k6 from Mozata. Is Mozata going to clear the board? Okay, apparently Meta lost against Melodious. Okay, let me just update the score again. One. Alright, so apparently our meta is going to go for another deck swap. Alright, let's go for Spatic. Sorry, Red Cross, which part about can't target? Maybe I missed out something. Sorry, you're saying? Okay, alright. So meta apparently is gonna play Harpy's Hunting Ground. So apparently most of the players here will be actually using the two tier decks to play the game. Alright, so now this one is actually Raid's turn, so which is Meta's turn. So Meta is at a very disadvantage right here because any monster summoner will capiche his Harpy's Hunting Ground on the spot. So sometimes if you are starting first a Harpy, it may not be optimal because you kinda lose the attack advantages given by Harpy's Hunting Ground. That's why some players they actually play Tie Step Bind in order to prevent this situation from happening. But of course, it can't always be there. I mean, it really depends on whether are you lucky enough to actually start second and having the advantage of blowing the spell threats. I mean, provided opponent is not gonna destroy the hunting ground first. And as for the sorry, my throat. Okay. As for the Melodious, depending on how consistent the hand is, it always ideal that they always start with Ostinato. or they actually start with the first move solo, because they can actually net out the Maestras from the deck itself. So apparently same procedure, because most of the deck actually play 3 channeler, so the chance of them having a channeler is quite high. Alright, so goes for the channel summon, destroys the Sparring Trap, and apparently they have no happy cards to discard. So this is a very bad situation for Meta right here. So ouch, this is gonna leave a scar definitely, because the thing is that the aspect of happy is you need the slash. If you don't have the slash, half your control is actually gone. Alright, so the goes for the MST, hitting this Snare, of course. Chains to actually get rid of the happy channel to replace something else. The opponent opens another MST to hit for another card. So yeah, there's 2 MSTs going for Bob White. So you guys really going aggressive right here, because actually nice hit, really nice hit on this trap, actually on the Hysteric Party, because once you actually special summon a monster. Okay, so actually go for Oracle. Oracle able to salvage anything. Is able to salvage this? This card contributes the spell ability sister in next text. So he's able to not able to salvage anything other than Harvey's Hunting Ground at the end phase. Okay, so first movement solo, special summon 1 level 4 or lower Malicious monster out onto the field. Okay, so now I actually go for the Sonata. So Sonata actually is on field, actually gives a huge attack boost to all his opponent. Then goes for the Soprano Melody Sontress, not able to salvage anything. Sontress swap out the Melodious Steve Sonata to actually goes for the Melodious Maestra. Maestra effect to actually target the very same Sonata that was sent to graveyard and back to the hand. So she actually trying to go for full point, and he still haven't done a normal summon yet. So goes for battle phase, smackdown with Shokina and Soparo. Any response, no matter loses. Alright, who will be the next player? Alright, so apparently we will see Malicious going strong on the next few games. If let's say Happy is not able to consistently come out their slash, because their slash is the one of the cards that actually bypass the negate properties of the monster of the card itself. So yep. Yeah, I'm fixing the screen. Okay, seems like no problem. Alright, so now Yuri is actually going strong with 4:1, and the Meta Odro and the Phoenix is actually not kind of like, you know, they're still in a very vulnerable position. Hopefully they're able to catch up on the next one. So yeah, hopefully they're able to do something about this, because apparently the Phoenix actually did pretty well on their last few matches, and their standing in their division is very decent. Where Estella Trace, maybe this will be an opportunity for them to actually get a win from there, because they have been getting a rough patch on, like, they have a rough start in the games, especially if I remember on week 6 they were totally pulverized by Ultimate Dragons. That was the worst thing ever. Oh my god. Yeah, that game was total massacre. So hopefully Stellatrix is able to hopefully able to back up from it and hopefully recover, because this is something that maybe they hope they're able to achieve. And Phoenix, hopefully they're able to go strong, because they do have a very decent win-lose record given the looking at the screen over here. So let's see, are they able to do anything to actually recover from that? Okay, hopefully their last few, especially Serenity and Koala, able to help to recover against the game against the opponent. So we have to actually observe the situation. Of course, Melodious actually, when having the right components, especially with a decent number of score in the hand, it kind of wrecked the board. It really kind of wrecked the board, because there is a fundamental control, because most of monsters actually special summon monsters. So this is something that if, let's say, if you choose to summon the Boom Diva, it has a huge advantage. Alright, looks like our Koala is up against that's all. Wait, is my let me see, let me just see whether yeah, okay. Alright, so looks like Koala is next. Let me just update the board here. Alright, so Koala is using the Harpy's hunting ground with the mine. So okay, on the bright side, they able to hit the spine traps, I guess, but provided is you're going to allow any spine traps to be destroyed. I mean, they can choose not to summon any monster, because they do have their hand traps like Score to actually even out the board. So it depends. Okay, so straight away going from Sontros to Maestra off the board in the very same turn. Okay, so he's trying to actually build up the momentum with Mosata, because Mosata can special summon one light monster from the hand. So expected they're trying to establish a strong board on the field itself. Okay, so Mosata actually goes for it, and she special summons the Melodious Sontros. Unfortunately, Melodious Sontros can't actually add itself, which is a bummer. But the thing is that he can choose to actually fusion summon if you want to, or he can just leave the board as that. Because what is ironic, you must for the Soprano to actually unleash his movement, there has to be another, like maybe Score in the graveyard. Okay, because Score is one of the best cards to search in the graveyard, because when you discard, you actually decrease attack and defense of 4 monsters 0. If you're adding back, it's like equal to having a very it's like your monsters will not be destroyed, because you do have a Score to give an offensive aspect to Melodious. So now Melodious actually going for a fusion summon. Okay, she has two ways to go for. Either it's going to either special summon the Subatra or the Bloom Diva, but he actually going for the Subatra because two reasons. What we can strategize from there is because Harpy uses the Harpy Feather Rest to recycle his monster. So what I presume what you are planning to do is actually to restrict the graveyard, because most of the perspective is, okay, you summon the channeler, you summon the what's that card called again? Is specials. Oh, okay, let me just recall. There's one monster that's special summon where you can actually search for the Egotist, or you can actually, it's not hard free channeler. What is it called again? Wait, let me just check. I actually forgot about that one. Let me just check. Yeah, the Perfumer. To actually they use the hunting ground to actually destroy the set card. Of course, this set card he actually goes for the Necrofusion to actually special summon another copy of a fusion monster out into the field. So he's trying to establish a board from there. Alright, go for Feather Rest. Destroys the Necrofusion, which turns out to be not really that good. Yeah, Channeler. I forgot the name. Okay, so he has to actually establish a board Harpy Channeler to actually build a board from there. So because with Harpy Channeler, he will build a decent number of monsters on the board itself. Alright, so Sobatra actually goes for to banish to target up to 3 guys again to actually increase the attack. Okay, now the thing is that he he actually considered this strategy in order to increase his board. So now with the special summon of another heavy monster, the hunting ground will destroy another set card. Treacherous Trap will attempts to get rid of both board. Does he have any spell traps to protect his monster? Is there any Swallow's Nest? Does he have any? Okay, he has. So about how many? Okay, goes for Swallow's Nest. Okay, so now the thing is that they are trying to prevent the slash ability from actually appearing on the board. And because once the channel resolves, special summon resolved, there's only one spell track left, which is the hunting ground itself, so it got destroyed. So now Happy Channel is able to go for the board discard to actually special summon another material. Okay, so apparently the Happy Feathers Rest is sort of useless right now because they do have one more Maestro Lucifer hasn't go off yet. So by using the Feather Rest at this situation, it will actually be not optimal because you actually banish the cards that the Happy Feather Rest actually selected. Alright, but now you can actually safely go for a synchro summon to the Cyber Slash Up Lady. So is there any spell in his hands is able to actually bounce his monster? If not, even during the battle phase, the Maestro can actually banish monsters to increase attack and robbing the graveyard or Happy monster to be potentially recycled. So at the end phase, we need to see whether does Rare wants to actually use the effect to actually banishes the card up to 3 cards in the graveyard. So now the thing is that once he selected, if I remember correctly, one of the Subatra has actually used the effect. So we really have to see whether how is he gonna counter or how is he going to control the board from there. Because he can choose to ignore it, but it will be a potential threat. But if you choose to do it, it will be give an advantage. So it really depends on how is he gonna play the board accordingly. Because now the problem is both players has no cards in his hand. He didn't actually use Subatra's effect. That's odd. This is making one face up on the field, but not both hasn't used the effect though. Doesn't negate the effect. Okay, so he actually choose to ignore it. He actually choose to ignore, even though technically he can change because it's on either player's turn. Alright, that's interesting. He actually didn't go for that option. Yeah, he actually didn't go for that option. I mean, he could do it. Because I don't, it's a once per turn while this is face out, so each individual should have one. It's not a hard once, it's once per turn. Okay, goes for attack phase. Okay, so everyone plans to go for an aggressive stance because he actually can use it. Okay, one chance with Book of Wound. And we still have the second Happy's Cyber Search ability effect to actually bounce back. Okay, my Shot's effect activates. Okay, so he attempts to banish the monster. And take note, because it is set face down, okay, because it is set face down, right, when it's flipped back face up, the effect will actually can be used again because it is reset. Yeah, that's the interesting part. The effect is actually resetted when it's flipped back face up. Alright, another round of Necrofusion, going for it at the end phase. Alright, Rare wins. Okay, Rare seems to be going quite strong in this situation. It's a 5 win. It's actually a 5 win. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, potentially just now he either gave go either way because he can choose to deny the Feather Rest, but it really depends because if he denies a Feather Rest, he has no cards to search for, but you do have to face a threat against a face down spell threat. So either way, this match could go either way, really depending on the situation. But unfortunately, they do have the strong build up from there. So we actually had a very strong advantage against Kola in this situation. Okay, so Kola actually applies for a repeat for this case. Alright. So using a sim deck instead of swapping out. Okay, so let's hopefully be able to see how is he going to actually recover from them, because if Kola can't win this, that means they leave out the last 2 players. Alright, once again, because he starts first, the disadvantage of starting first kind of wrecks his own Harpy's hunting ground. But he's able to by being able to start from being able to establish a strong board. So that even if you are actually summons a whole swamp of melodious monster, having one card maybe like a Book of Moon or any quick play spell be able to bounce back the monster that was being used. So it is really a debatable point whether is it ideal for Harpy to start first or start second. Because if you start second and Melodies didn't do any set a lot of spell and trap, but even if they did set, they do have the Necrofusion, which is a chainable card. If let's say in the graveyard there is at least 2 Melodies monster for the fusion summon. So ideally it should be best for Harpy to actually start first. So start first going for a Cyber Slash Harpy Lady and going for Feather Rest, so that the it is an ideal use because they usually use one Feather Rest, and the Subata can actually banish the card when it's already being recycled. So set to cardboard, presumably we can't really say whether is it a Treacherous Chapel or a Swallow's Nest, because in this case Swallow's Nest or a Book of Moon, because Swallow's Nest for this case is actually live because there is a level 4 wing beast monster on the field to actually do the board. And apparently Kruger wasn't really starting strong because he actually summoned the score and had to use the skill from score to actually replenish his board with Mozata. Then Mozata excels special summons a monster to from his hand. Ideally, of course, with the Soprano, they can recycle back the score, as well as score to the hand, so totally so-called negating the cost that was used to actually summon out the Mozata. So it goes for a set card, and it goes for a 2-set card, and it's gonna go for aggro battle phase, so it's gonna go for a fusion summon. Just take note, he do have a score in hand, but his 2-set card is actually no slouch. If it's a Book of Moon or a Swallow's Nest, the board, half the board will be dismantled in your situation. Or if it's worse, if you're Treacherous Chapel, that will be way more painful. So the cards feel like, okay, Swallow's Nest, so I called dips on it, I was right. Attributing away the channeler, Harpy Lady actually bounces one of the card, bounces back the Mozata back onto the field, and you still get to replace a board. So of course, if you were to replace, ideally he should be summoning either the channel, either the Oracle or maybe the Harpies, if let's say he wants Harpies to be destroyed. So Oracle effect still able to salvage either the Egotees or a Feather's Rest in the graveyard. Okay, so opponent change with score, destroying the Harpy as the Cyber Slash Harpy Lady in the meantime. So it's kind of in an exchange situation, both sides loses a high level monster, but for this is once returned back to the hand. But of course it is gonna be difficult because the Mozata is actually a level 8 monster and the skill can only be used once per duel. So it is hard to debate. Alright, so Harpy's Hunting Ground activates. Okay, so at the end phase, they actually choose to add the Harpy Ground because they want to actually nuke the field. Right, so they step down normal summon, and there is the Harpies. Harpies Capiche, one of the set cards. So is it an Necrofusion or no? I don't think it's a Necrofusion. Okay, upon summoning, it actually bounces back. Okay, so Treacherous Chapel, right? It's a live Treacherous Chapel, destroying both the monster. But does the Meister Songtress still bounce back? That's the question. Yup, still bounce back. Alright, so actually losing 2 monsters by the end phase, the... Oh, that is a nice Hysteric Party. Totally on par. Okay, there's a board built up right there. He can special summon back the Slash Harpy Lady, the Channeler, and the Oracle, and there is still the Hunting Ground. So the set card has to be something, if not it will be very difficult. Nope, apparently there isn't any, and Oracle effect is still live as well. Alright, Breakthrough Skill. I don't remember Melodies actually playing any hand trap at all. Yeah, they don't. They don't. Yeah. Alright, Kola wins. Okay, looks like that repeat was actually worth it. Really worth it. That is a risky gamble, but totally makes sense. In a sense, I mean, from his point of view, it totally makes sense. Right. Alright, so hopefully this will be a good opportunity for Cola to actually catch up. Alright, so who's the next one? Okay, AQ is up next apparently. Alright, AQ is up next. Let's see whether AQ is able to hold up the score, or is our lovely Cola able to, you know, chase back all the scores. Yeah, because he can't lose it, because he loses and that's it. Alright, now it's AQ's turn. Hopefully AQ is able to do the team justice and catch and maintain the score that Rua has painfully put up for the team. Yep, I said it. Painfully put up for the team. So 5-2 is a 3-point distance. Okay, so Cola once again starting first, tend to lose the advantage of having a bonus attack, but of course having the cyber surge ability on the first turn in the point with a lifespan trap tends to give him a edge in the game itself. Yeah, so you know, let's see how is the whole process is going to be. Alright, so apparently searches for the Happy Feather Rest and set 2 cards. So apparently he searched for the Happy Rest, but he searched at Egotist. So he is apparently trying to test out the board, I guess. Like that is some good question. I mean, he could search for Egotist to build up, or maybe his 2 set card doesn't complement well with the Egotist, so he decided not to do it. So at level 2 water monster is actually added the King of the Swamp. Big remove because it is a water monster. So yeah. So go for Sword of Water exceeds. Alright, so it is a case you actually still go for the fusion summoning. Okay, so now let's see whether does Cola board able to handle this. Alright, so she's taking a risk that he is having improper insufficient fusion material to actually do the fusion summon. So does the polymerization effect still go through? Does he have material to fuse or no? Apparently he has. Actually have material to fuse from the hand, which is some of the Mark Dragon of the Swamp. It's an attribute by different type. Okay, so goes for the effect of the Bro Snakes. Special Softener destroys, such as for the Thespian. So we still have the Fishbot Launcher in the graveyard. Wait, when did he dump it in the graveyard? Oh, he actually used the Fishbot Blaster and the Abyssal to actually special summon. Yeah. Right, actually goes for the Shark. Goes for one more attack. No response. Wing connection fail. Alright. So Cola lost. EQ wins. Right, let's see whether because there is the DC just now. Okay, so apparently yeah, the match is actually correct. Alright, so 6 6 to Stellar Trace and still crawling on 2, and at our last 2 players for this. Okay, Serenity is up next. Serenity sucks. Okay, that's an odd name, but alright. Alright, looking at this one is the same, Malleus. So not sure whether how Malleus can respond against the Christians. The Vortex is running the Christian engine. Sofnia discard. Special summon. Destroys itself to actually summon another copy of Tough Snail. So actually quite a decent board we can see right here. Okay, Tough Snail effect activated. So it's actually thin out his deck, going straight to the Crystal Trend. Alright, so he actually planned to go for a synchro summon on the opponent's turn. Alright, so how is Serenity going to respond to this play? Because in this kind of situation, Melodious has to start with a first mover solo or Senado, or as most of the other combinations is okay with the skill, but the mob that's going to build up will be a bit difficult, because if they were to actually use the spell first mover solo, they actually can actually build out a full board monster, or if they were to use the Senado, they can actually have the full board monster at the end phase as well. So yeah, we have to take a look on how does Serenity plan to actually counter this spell, because Crystal Death is kind of synchro summon on the opponent's battle phase. Okay, so Ostinato, going straight for Ostinato. What does he plan to fuse? Because he do have a few viable options. I mean, he can actually go for either a multi-attack with Blood Primer. Okay, so he's going straight for the Subatar Mashra, so he actually aims to actually banish the opponent's graveyard monster to prevent them from searching, because most of them is banished to search, which is a pretty slick move. Because so now we have to see whether does he actually plan to activate effect. So if he activate, he can actually go for a single time, but we can actually see a potential counter coming from the Maestra. Alright, so he actually ignores it because he actually chooses not to do it, because he can actually special summon from the hand. But Maestra can actually sets out the material, so it really depends on the situation. Because the graveyard, there is a few of the crystal monsters that can be banished to use the effect, but if you choose not to, because they will heal with this card that will be destroyed anyway, so it will be a waste to not use the effect. So of course you actually go straight for using the effect, banishing the board. And at the end phase, because Ocean effect will actually destroy the Maestra and salvaging back the materials. So now AQ has to find a way to respond to this, because his key search is gone and he has a card disadvantage. But apparently actually recover back with Southnear. Southnear if actually destroys itself to actually special summon. But when he special summon is the board he's really able to counter back the play against his opponent, against Serenity. Alright, Southnear. So special now copy of Sofiner at the end phase, there's not much you can do, so passes back to Serenity. So Serenity is able to hopefully able to bulldoze back, because the Soprano is able to do a fusion summon in the okay, he actually didn't actually use the skill Sanchez of Maestra, sacks away the score. Fire somebody Mozata, and Maestra's effect activate, sliding back the score to add to his hand. Alright, so a decent full set spell and trap board. Okay, so we still have the Soprano to actually do the fusion summoning. Alright, So actually going to go for aggressive, so Super try again, try to get rid of the set bot, so it's going to go for a very aggressive stance. Battle phase, go for Shopping now, actually destroys battles, the Crystal Sapphire is the set card able to do any recover. Okay, so not able to, Sapphire effect end phase, when destroy spell, special summons the Tough Snare. Battle phase again hits the Tough Snare. Okay, it's a very difficult situation for this, because this is the new super this is the this is the new super tar, so as a result his graveyard may not be able to use the effect. So it really depends on does he plan to actually use the effect to banish them. Okay, Thousand epic effect. So is there any chain? No. Okay, so actually gonna keep searching. Alright, Softening effect vanishes. So I discard my shot effect change to actually banish. Yeah, so apparently the momentum was actually lost. Looks like this is a pretty bad matchup for this case. So apparently there's not much you can do because all his key component cards actually vanish away, not really having much of a chance to actually use the skill itself. Okay, my shots if I activate to actually add back the target, so he's gonna add back the Soprano. Alright, going for the Soprano, he's able to hit the board. Okay, go for Shopping now, battle phase, hitting the face down set Chris Strong Quan. Now we're doing response, goes for Jar attack, able to recover. Set card no, 3k anything, no response? No. Okay, Serenity wins. Alright, next round. Alright, looks like AQ is actually going for Harpy. Ah Jesus, starting first it kind of disrupt his view. That's kind of a bummer. Alright, looks like 70 is able to hold the fort, because AQ actually lost one. Alright, so nice on the first movement. Most movement solo, fantastic. This is a very ideal way to start. So apparently AQ didn't have any Harpy monster to set up, but I mean even if he did, he actually gonna wreck his own Harpy's hunting ground. So this is try to build on an attack advantage. Alright, so let's see what he's gonna summon from using the first movement solo. Let's see, you do have any option to summon any Melodious monster. Of course, ideally please, I mean he can choose to summon the I mean he wouldn't actually be summoning the Soprano because he didn't have anything in such a graveyard. But of course, using a Skull, using a Sorceress, evolve to Maestra, he can actually special summon the Mozata special summon the the Soprano and his hand, and Soprano effect salvages back the Skull. So there is no loss, and he hasn't even done a normal summon yet. So yeah. So he actually can benefit from battlefields. He's going to kill AQ from the east. AQ's 2 set card able to change the game itself. I mean, it could be a potential treacherous shuffle, it's anyone's guess, but seeing that he's playing a full 30 card, so he may be a very aggressive threat base Harpies, I guess. So I mean, it's iron skill because most if it's a 30 card they do, they are very heavy on their traps. Like really heavy. Alright, let's bring some. So go straight for the super attack. So 2k4 actually plan go for battle phase anyway to counter this. Alright, Book of Moon. Alright, is able to do anything. You just need to have one happy monster that you'll be able to destroy a bot. If let's say if it's 30 card that is not helping me any drawing blank cards, it will be a bit of a dicey situation for him at this point of time. Alright, looks like happy, but he actually summons a cyber happy lady. Alright, skill prisoner. Yep, it actually targets any monster that targets will actually be negated. So there's actually a protection against this. But did it target anything? Yeah, it target the set card. Alright, so it goes for battle phase. Is he gonna go for battle phase or is he gonna just paste from there? Because the thing is that he drawing that cyber happy wasn't really that optimal for him at this point of time. So he's going straight for battle phase. We pay 2k4 and a potential increase on a few number of attacks. So he choose not to do that. So now AQ stun, we have to see that our AQ is gonna counter this super attack, and I think a 30 card is gonna help much. Alright, so finally as happy channeler. Going through the breakthrough skill, negative if I channel task, the channel can't actually use the effect to special summon any happy monster. So it is a very severe hard counter, so his bot is stuck here. He actually needs to have an ecotist to continue the bot, or else his bot will actually be a dead bot. And don't forget breakthrough skill do have a graveyard effect to banish itself to target face up monster upon control to negate. So now he's in a very huge shambles because most of his happy monsters are actually quite weak when there is no synchro taken into consideration. So apparently Serenity said just use a decent beat down to actually beat up the harpies before they will have a chance to actually do any synchro summon at all. So now things that having a 30 card that may prove to be a disadvantage against AQ. So now AQ have no choice. Okay, he actually is he able to produce any monster or is his hand will be that dead? Alright, so Tango here actually have a happy lady 1. Okay, try to destroy a set card, but is able to counter back this set card. Is his set card able to respond? And now the skill prisoner targeting he'll definitely be targeting Subata to protect itself from any of the monsters effect for that specific turn. So skill prisoner is actually a kind of a relevant card that's going to be used mostly in because you actually most of the monsters effect actually targets a certain card, and by using the skill prisoner actually has a form of protection. Alright, Mystical Space Typhoon aiming for one of the set card. So let's hopefully the set card is able to respond. Okay, Karma Cut. Yep, it's a very heavy trap. Very heavy. This harpy is a very heavy trap. Yeah, that's all I can say. Okay, so apparently this is not gonna just go down easily. He's gonna actually get rid of some of the key cards in the graveyard, but most of them will be usually just the Spectre and Happy monsters, but he'll actually be aiming all the Happy reader cards to prevent any potential recycling or reusage. Right, so apparently taking advantage of him using monster, Ostino actually able to come to play and is able to debug a strong fusion monster from there, and is still able to special summon 2 copies if let's say the fusion monster, fusion monster actually got destroyed. So she actually sent, how many did he send? He sent 2. Okay, Bloom Prima is going for a double kick. Yeah, Bloom Prima is going for a double attack. 2 attacks actually, 1 attack, 700, and is able to hit, and now 1 more. Is AQ able to survive? Nope, apparently not. Alright, Serenity wins. Yep, unfortunate, it is unfortunate, but yeah. And yeah, Serenity hasn't lost yet, so it looks like I think the tables may be turning, the gears may be turning, I guess. with this kind of turnout, I mean, if Serenity is able to maintain the strong board, it's gonna be very, very. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Let me keep this. Yeah, I actually forgot to assign the score. Alright, so Serenity being the second last player. And we actually have AQ having the loss from there. Yeah, so now the score is actually 6-4. So Phoenix is gradually catching up, because they still have 2 players available, while Stellar Trace have 3 players available. So let's say whether the next player is able to give Serenity a run for his money. Because if not, I think the tide could turn on Serenity, so they could be able to hold the fort until it balances out the players. Yeah, so I think this match is gonna take quite a while, apparently. It's definitely gonna take a while, so let's see who will be the next one being sent in. Okay, let's take a look. Alright, next one. Mouse. Alright, let's see what bot will be able to build up from there. Alright, so starting first, going for the Songtress to Maestro. Alright, so we're actually going to build up a bot with the Sofina, and then adding back the Sonata back to the hand. Because I mean, he has the option to special summon it if he wants to. No, so he actually passes a turn back, so now there's 2 set cards. So is Serenity able to catch up and kick Mouse out of the way so that the score will actually be balanced out? Okay, it's anyone's guess. So now the problem is, okay, we need to see whether does Mouse have any happy monsters to be able to summon to actually snipe the bot. Okay, so there is one. The channeler actually sniped one of the set cards, so it's able to respond to any set card breakthrough skill. Whoa. Why is Ariel always snipe the breakthrough skill? Because the effect is a disadvantage. Happy Channeler actually loses X effect, and we can't actually spawn another happy monster for a potential simple summon. So does it have egotis or no? If it doesn't egotis, the bot is set in that manner. So those type breakthrough skill do give a severe advantage when they are being targeted by any destruction effect, because if you negate a monster effect, the momentum is actually lost. Right, so battle phase, so looks like channeler do not have any response. Melodious Mitra actually gonna goes for attack to actually destroy the channeler. But does Mouse have any response? Because this is very crucial, because if you keep taking attacks and it can beat out his body very difficult. Alright, so Finish Chain actually negates the Shoguna's effect and prevent it from attacking, so he really wants to keep the channeler, because channeler can still use the effect on the coming turn to actually destroy the one of the set board, and hopefully able to recover back from there. Alright, so next take a look. Does he have, because his effect is live now, the effects are live now, unless the second is another breakthrough skill, and that one will be that'll be kind of sad. Okay, channel effect, discard one happy ones as a cost. Is this a second breakthrough skill? No? Yes? Maybe? So? Any? Oh my god, okay, skill prisoner actually protects the Shopina, so it prevents the bouncing effect from the cyber slash happy lady, because it indicates the any monster effect that targets it. So because it chains, the happy girl has nothing to destroy, so and I have to destroy some a spirit trap. So it actually chooses to destroy the Findish TDD happy sandy ground. I guess it's just to prevent the Sofina from gaining potential effect if let's say he's not able to kill Sofina on the following turn, I guess. Alright, so there is still a good follow-up because a normal summon is actually not actually conducted. So going for a synchro summon to a level 8. Which is the cyber slash happy lady. Alright, so going for the happy feather rest. Okay, Alpha is not able to choose not to use the effect because of Shopina. They're not able to be targeted. Okay, it goes for the summon the cyber happy lady. Alright, so I'm trying to go for a strong aggro block. So to set card, so he actually did not attack. Yeah, makes sense because he may have score in his hand, and that could prove detrimental for slash happy lady. Because score in his hand can actually make the attack on cyber slash happy lady to be 0. So in a sense, it makes sense for it to for Shopina to be stay on the because he actually can't attack, and a normal sound sonar is actually conducted. So if like say if they choose to suicide over there, is a high chance that there's a sonar score in Serenity's hand. So it's something that hopefully we have to see whether any of the two set cards that was being provided will be able to change the game situation. Alright, there's definitely he never had score in his hand, high chance, definitely. It is high chance. No, it's definitely because he no one who had decided to suicide a monster over. So now the problem is is Mouse going to respond? I mean, it could be a bait. It could. Really depends. Because the moment there's a pause, this means that Red has an option to response. Serenity has an option to response. And of course, Mouse can choose to actually use a spiral trap to against this situation. I mean, if he actually wants to. So now the thing is that we have to see, okay, Shadow Stance, okay, so he's actually going to change the whole of his board. And using the effect of Cyber slash Happy Lady, he actually bounce back. He's gonna actually bounce the Sonata. He's targeting Sonata, right? Looks like it is. Yeah, but there is still a breacher skill which can still negate the effect. So yep, it's not really allowing that. Alright, so the effect of Sonata actually goes through, Spirit Summon back the Happy Channel, but he's able to recover back the channel because he's able to put another Cyber Slash ability on the following turn. So now going Sonata has two options, he either destroys the Happy Lady or the Channeler. So if it works for the latter, destroys the Channeler. So but this means that there is a potential, because next turn, that we already know that based on his place, there is a score in his hand. So either whoever Cyber Sharply bounce will still be a disadvantage because it's gotta be Cyber Sharply is gonna be dead either way. Unless he will find a way to get rid of two monsters one shot and goes for that, he Cyber the Happy Lays ain't gonna get out of this situation. So Mouse has to actually consider his Blaze Style Cap because he definitely knows there's a score in hand. That it is probable, it is high chance because you know the Sonata itself going for the attack is already a telltale sign. It's a very high telltale sign. So he must find a way to actually remove both monsters off the board so they can safely hit the attack. If not, his monster is bound to lose because there is a score in the hand. So Happy Elizabeth bounces back the Sonata. Alright, so summon the Happy Lady 1. He has to find a way to get rid of the Sopina. Alright, looks like I think he has actually found a way. So let's see if he's able to do the movement correctly. Alright, so for Funeral, okay, goes for the Malevolence. He's going to actually banish away this on Shopina to actually get rid of the bot. So the bot is actually going to be removed, could be marked away. So any response, okay, but skill prisoners still have the skill to actually protect his monster from being targeted by effects. But there's still the Book of Moon. But now Book of Moon actually prevents the Sonata. Wait, let me see. The score actually stops this because I got a feeling that scores. Let me just take a look. Yeah, it still can go under damage step to drop. I mean, the monster, the Malevolence won't be destroyed because he will still eat the damage of 1k7. But now the thing is that the slash ability can actually destroy the monster. Yeah. Now, scores effects to go through, takes 1k7 damage at the end of turn, but the slash ability can still destroy monster provided they don't have another score in the hand. Yep, don't have. Because this is not a once per turn. Yeah, it's not a once per turn thing. Alright, so the attack recovered. Alright, so counter first movement solo not able to do anything because it's nothing to bounce. Alright, so this is kind of awkward. The very same score that was discarded the graveyard actually comes back. So there is a bit disadvantage right now because the soldiers can actually still go for a fusion summon, and make no mistake, the fusion monster is gonna go essentially go for the Sombretra. If I pronounce the name correctly, I don't think I butchered the name. Yeah, Shuberta, yes. Alright, goes for attack, definitely has the score in hand and hits mouse. Alright, looks like Serenity is gonna gain back the momentum for his team. Yep, definitely is gonna gain back the momentum for his team apparently. Yep, really gaining back the momentum. Yep, he is getting back the momentum at the moment. Yep, looks like the effort by Rai is gonna get a bit wasted, I guess. So his Serenity is able to dish up the rest of the game for his team. It is like, you know, anyone's guess. Yeah, so it's gonna be difficult. Let's see whether Serenity is able to, you know, pick back the ball or cut back the slack for his team. Because if he did, this means that, I mean, if ST loses this one more time, this means that the number of players between both Stella and Phoenix will still balance out, with Serenity having a huge advantage lead in the game itself. Yeah. And this is difficult. Pretty difficult for our mouse. Unfortunately, US effort was not really. It's sort of going to be negated because of Serenity's effort extra. So let's see what that will mouse actually use to actually pick up the slack and hopefully cover back or at least score one decent hit against Serenity. Honestly, the player bot will be back to the same as before, which is both sides have the same number of players to clear out the bot. So at the moment of time, we do realize that there is a level of consistency with the Melodious, because either you have the first movement solo on the first turn, or you have the Osinato. Unfortunately, Osinato is still at 1 at the moment because it's a level 30 reward. Or else I think people actually want to play more. I mean, technically people will play 2, I guess, because no monster, but you can still build up bot, and they generate monster advantage at the end phase. So yeah, I mean, if there's 2, I think people will play 2. I don't think they could play 1. Unfortunately, we still need to see whether they could do it, like, you know, have more opportunities to actually unlock the card. Because like some of the unique cards, like maybe for Pegasus Toon Kingdom modis is only going to be at 1 copy. Alright, so looks like the next game will be up. So if Mouse loses this one, that's it. He'll be thrown to the next player, and the previous effort at the front by Yua will be thrown back because of the counter effort by 780. Alright, so alright, so apparently our Stella Trace actually plans to use a repeat. So both sides use one repeat. So hopefully the our Mouse is able to cover back in this situation, because the previous match was very close. Yeah, it was quite close, because if he is able to, if there is no if the trap card is not there, it wouldn't actually give so much trouble to Happy. Alright, so Samedi actually starts very strong with a first movement solo. So depending on what one says summon, we could actually deduce whether his hand optimal or not. So right, he decided to go for the Soprano. Then Song chose the Maisha to special summon a Maisha. Then recycles back the very same Soprano, and he still haven't done the normal summon yet. Alright. So normal summon, and he does it plan to go for a fusion summon. Okay, so on the very first spot, next summon going for the Subatra. So it's Shubata, yeah, Shubata. So now the problem is, in this kind of block situation, because he still haven't used the face side effect, they actually banish the cards in the graveyard itself. I mean, he wouldn't actually banish his own, he would actually try to net off his opponent's graveyard. So if let's say he were to, if let's say the Mouse were to start on a very strong decent board, there'll be cards in his graveyard which could be food for Subatra. So yeah, so starting with the Subatra is a pretty right move, I guess, because you have the graveyard control, which makes Mouse think it through to, is he going to spam the graveyard board itself. By hunting down effect kicks in, destroy the set card. Of course, if the set card is a Necrofusion or Skill Prisoner, the card will be protected by the effect of the Cyber Slash ability. I mean, he still can be prone to attacks, but what we can see here is that the increased attack will be up to 3000, which even if the power boost from the hunting ground, it still be very difficult for the slash ability to actually run it over. Alright, hunting ground. I've ran nothing destroyed, and I'm destroying his own hunting ground, which kind of makes it harder, because now with the Skill Prisoner protecting the Shubata, it's gonna be difficult. Yeah. Now Mouse has to actually consider the option to see how he's able to get rid of it, because it definitely can't be targeted on Mouse effect, and in the graveyard there is still the bonus effect on either player's turn to protect the monster again, so that there's 2 times protection on the board. So, and not just that, does he even have a score in his hand? That's the thing, if he has a score, no matter how much is done, can't be targeted by monster effect negated, have a score protection, it's very hard for the Mouse to actually do anything in this turn, because the moment Serenity has a score in the hand, that's it. Maybe that's it. So we have to take a look on the situation. Still have the graveyard effect also. So either way, the Mouse is still taking a risk here, because you don't know whether he has a score or he hasn't activated his effect. So he is kind of in a stuck mode because of Skill Prisoner protection, and not just Skill Prisoner still can protect on the next turn as well. So yeah, and even without doing anything, there is still that removal And best part, the attack is actually permanent, it's not temporary. So yeah, oops. So yeah, looks like really depending on the situation, I think Harpy can lose to Melodious if, like, say, the cards are played wrongly against them, especially because they actually tend to run Skill Prisoner in the deck now, so kind of gives a protection against monster effect. So if there's any way that Harpy is able to kill Melodious, he has to rely on spell and trap effects. So yeah. So is Serenity able to take it for the team? Alright, so now we are considering the option that Serenity has, because let's say, for example, let's say he has the score in his hand. The game is pretty much on the hot for him because there's still the Skill Prisoner, so even if, let's say, there is any spell response on Cyber Slash Harpy, it's gonna be a very detrimental situation. So now we have to see whether the Serenity plans to do anything from there. Okay, so it actually goes for the solo. So I think he actually plans to use the solo to actually go for an attack against the Harpy channel to actually block momentum from there. So going for Battle Phase. So it depends, because really depends on how a Skill Prisoner be used here. I mean, he definitely have a score. There's no doubt. This is Serenity's response. There's a chance they have a score, and I mean, he can, you know, choose not to use it, I guess. But being able to use it now seems to be a more better option. Alright, so now from this point of view, from my perspective, I don't think that the mouse is able to counter much, because the Skill Prisoner grave is really a huge hassle. Alright, opening Pokemon. Okay, of course he'll actually target, I mean, if he were to target the Shubercha, the effect get resetted because he can be used again once he's face up on the field again. So yeah, so it is a kind of a bummer at the moment right now, and we are still having a concern whether if there is a score in his hand. It's anyone's guess. Because when I checked through the previous stock, there isn't any at all. Yeah, he didn't have. Alright, so the effect of... Okay, so he actually uses the slash ability to target the same Shubata that was targeted by the Pokemon. So protection, negated, sets. So now is he going to waste that score? Okay, no. Actually don't even tend to waste that score. So does he have a score or no? Alright, so now we have a set card and there is no Skill Prisoner in face down at the moment. So how is... Okay. Drive the Phantom Bird straight away destroys the face down set card. Bullshit with Shadow's Nest tributes away the Phantom Bird. Slash ability now can actually target to bounce back. So target the set. Target is the set Srivatra, and channel able to build out the board with his view. Oracle able to search for a card at the end phase, and IT is gonna go for a white board in the hand. Alright, so Sin, okay, good move to Sin, going to banish and get rid of the solo. Okay, so we know Skill Prisoner hits. Alright, so Serenity has bleed 1 point of damage. Alright. While Mouse 2 has bleed 1 point of damage. Okay. So Alright, more or less stable. So 7 is to 5. Right, this truly, this game could actually go either way. Really depends on how well the board be built. So now the thing is that Serenity actually lost with the Meletis. I mean, she hit the very strong bar out there, closing in with just a minor 2-score difference. So we need to we have to actually see whether that's the next step that Serenity has to be able to cover back the board. Because now it could go either way, because both sides, if let's say Serenity lose, it'll be down to our last player. If let's say our mouse actually lost, if let's say he were to lose, right, there's still 2 players against Serenity, or 1 life Serenity and a 2 life Bell. What's his name again? I'm sorry. Against the Bella Force. Yeah, let's say I pronounce it correctly. Alright, hi Sphagnitis, thanks for dropping by. Alright, so now currently the score is at 5-7. So the pace is more or less there. Both players do have the quirks in writing the right deck and the balance against each other. So it could go either way. Will Serenity be able to recover back the whole game momentum with the second deck and kick mouse out, or able to face the last second player from Stella Trace? That is a huge question mark. So yeah, really it really can actually go either way, really depending on the situation. Okay, so well, we are on the next matrix. Okay, so just let us proceed, and we will actually give a highlight on how the game is actually gonna progress. Alright, so next up, alright, it is Serenity using Yugi. Maybe there's Luna Light, I guess. Yeah. Wait. Oh, okay. So Serenity actually passes the turn. Alright, high chance is actually Luna Light, because they rely heavily on the Destiny Draw to go for the Fusion Summon and hit for a big win. High chance there is a Luna Light deck. Maybe Luna Light. I don't think they would play. I'm still really thinking through, like, is it Luna Light? I mean, I see most of players when they are playing Luna Light, they actually tend to, I will choose not to take damage. I will eat a damage first. It's like, yeah, there is that quirkiness of the play style from what I can see. And they will actually have a few bunch of spear creepers changing the monster defense position, because why? Because they can. Yeah. So we can more or less gauge that it is, I mean, high chance. Okay, I'm not saying 100%, but high chance is not like. Right, because the playstyle always the same. You always try to, I will take the damage so I can Destiny Draw the fusion card. So now we will have to see, huh? Because the problem is, if let's say if you choose not to, I mean, if you can kill in distance, that's good. But if you can't, you are really putting yourself in a disadvantage, because when Luna Light hits back, it really hit very hard. So yeah, and that is a pretty scary thing. I mean, he could be playing others, like maybe Trimates. I mean, do Trimates play Destiny Draw? I'm still thinking they play. Alright, Cyber's the Sharp Lady. Or is it your Senju? Because your Senju do play Destiny Draw as well, if I remember correctly. Yeah, your Senju also play Destiny Draw as well. I have really got no idea. Okay. Okay, nice slap on the Trifortress Swords. Yep. So he can only have run one time with the 1k6, so it didn't trigger the Destiny Draw. So now the problem is it Luna Light or your Senju? Because your Senju also play Destiny Draw. It works either way. So is it your Senju or Lunar Light? I presume they are allowed to not use the same deck on the previous one. Yeah, it's actually different from, because Serenity's previous match they actually played Melodious and Harpies, but now they play Melodious and okay, Lunar Light. Yep, he actually swapped out his previous deck, because the previous game against the against Toon Squad, Melodious actually uses the Melodious and Harpies based on the statistics that was shown last week. Yeah. Okay, so wait, what? Okay, so he chooses to eject his Cyber Slash Harpy Lady. Yeah, sort of makes sense. Sort of makes sense because can attack twice. And yeah, it sort of makes sense. Apparently he predicted that there will be 2 Lunar Light being sent, changing 2 monsters to 0, and the Lunar Light Cat Dancer can do multiple attacks. So yeah, okay, that's kind of predictive, I guess. Alright. Just on then maybe he shouldn't have chosen to bounce, but wait, oh yes, because oh yes, correct, because there is a, if like say if there's a monster spell sample extra deck, because there isn't any, he had to use everything from the hand. Yeah. Okay, yeah, correct. Then there's a more appropriate strategy. Yeah, the mouse actually thought it through. Because the thing is that with the run, like if like say you have a monster from the extra deck, you can actually use the cards from your deck instead. But knowing that mouse knows that okay, if you use from the hand, his material will be lesser. So he actually take a smart move eject, and because he do have a counter into this situation where even if monster got destroyed, he actually uses the Sarah's Nest to actually swap out. So yeah, that is a pretty smart move, I guess, from mouse point of view. Yeah, so I'm having one hand, and this is a Cat Dancer. It's still gonna destroy my card effect, even though not my battle, it can be bounced back. So it actually puts himself in a very precarious situation, and plus he still can't trigger the Destiny draw yet. Yeah, that's pretty smart, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty smart. Oh, that's gonna leave on mark, man. Oh my god, you still have the graveyard to actually recover back this pretty smart. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yep, that's pretty good. That's a nice recovery. Okay, but negates the effect. And both play against life points. Okay, fair enough. But it's not able to be destroyed by battle, so that's kind of a bummer. Alright, so there is the protection from the Crimson Fox. Both players gain a 1k life points. So, well, this is a very situation that Sucks has to follow up with, because now there is still one more of the Crimson Fox in the graveyard. So there's still a high chance of recovery and a gain of life points as well from both players. Alright, so how is mouse able to, respond to this? Alright, oh, who's that? Thanks for the follow, thank you very much, appreciate it. Alright, so Happy Channeler's effect. Discard Spare Summon. Alright, so Perfumer does the same shenanigans such as for Egotis, and now how is Serapis gonna respond? Because 2 cards in hand, I mean there is just one protection from the Fox. Swallow's Nest. So slash going to target is Crimson Fox going to use the effect, and both players will still gain 1k life, which means it's 6k. So is Miles able to get rid of that bot. I mean, we do have to understand that maybe a Spear Cripple in his hand. We wouldn't know. Alright, let's take a look. End phase. So he actually choose to go straight for the end phase instead. So he's actually waiting out. He's not gonna actually allow the Destiny Draw effect to trigger. Okay, Cat Dancer going straight for battle phase. Alright, let's see the graveyard. Okay, he do have he already used range 2 of the Swallow's Nest. Oh no, 3. Yeah, 3 Swallow's Nest were actually used, so there's no way able to do any recovery from there. Having a Destiny Draw is not gonna really help. Alright, Feather's Rest effect returns back and able to net 2 cards from the deck itself. The Happy Lady actually bounces back the Cat Dancer, and because there is no more Crimson Fox, this card is gone. Take note, there may be a Spear Cripple. Having a Destiny Draw is not funny. It's not funny at all. So he plans to go for full. I guess when it goes for full board, is he gonna open a spear or no? No. 1k3. Because I don't think there's no more Swallow's Nest, I think. Yeah, he will use all 3 of the Swallow's Nest. I mean, there's a lot of damage it's gonna eat. Okay, 6 and 1k3, go to 3k9, you're left 300. So, so is he going to allow the effect to actually go through? Where is he going to allow it? I mean, he can choose to let go, but he will be in a very tight situation, because yes, he can trigger the Destiny Draw, but having Charm is not gonna look good. Because if you attack 1k, if let's say the 2k, if you choose not to do anything, you can choose not to proceed to attack, which doesn't trigger the Destiny Draw, and leaving you 2 net card. Okay, so he plans to take the risk and goes for a Destiny Draw effect against the opponent. Alright, so he's gonna trigger the Destiny Draw. I mean, he has to, because he has to find the counter, so Destiny Draw. Unfortunately, Destiny Draw is actually once per duel, so he has to make sure that this card is able to make the changes that it is required of him. Alright. So he's not able to do anything. He's going to go for straight for battle phase. Okay, he goes for Book of Moon. yep, he's just gonna go aggressively and bounce against his opponent and go hit for game. So he need at least 2 spear cripples to actually stop bot. 2. Wait, 1? Okay. He actually goes straight for... Alright, makes sense. Either way, again, now is in a very bad situation. So he actually goes for a double slash ability. He has exactly 2k9, scored a buff for both sides, and mouse waits. So total score is 8-5. Yeah, correct. Okay, so now there is still Mouse still has 1 life left with Shun and Zero, if I pronounce his name correctly. Alright, Belfour is the final player. So if Belfour were to win, he has to win back 5 games. And he can't afford to lose 2 games, that's the problem. So yeah, okay, both player, both side playing Happy Hunting Ground. That's cute, man, that's cute, very cute. Alright, so now let's see. Okay, so Barry Mouse is starting first. Barry, of course, he has to end up destroying his opponent's Happy Underground, and Bella force Hunting Ground actually destroys on Hunting Ground, so it actually cancels out both each other. So this is why mirror match can be a bit crazy, because whoever suffers tend to have a higher advantage in terms of bouncing against an opponent, and there's a control from there. So yeah, it is pretty scary. It's not a joke, it's just really scary, like the control is there. Of course, let's see, are they able to solidify their board? Okay, so apparently Mouse wastes no time. He's going to just build up a very strong board with slash everything and set a bunch of cards just to wait for Bella to actually, you know, dropping, I guess. Yeah. Right. Oh my god, goes for Heredity Patriot. Okay, a sick control move. It's a sick move. A bunch of sick moves, man. Oh my god. Why? Yeah, Hereditary Patriot. Hereditary Patriot. If you can't go Patriot, move someone happy monster that's you will die. The control. You have to find a way to get rid of this guy. It's gonna just break, because it's gonna just get rid of most of the same name. Alright, Chinese smart negative effect. Yes, negative effect. Pretty smart move. Now the things that effect can be triggered, you still have happy on the field, you can still wreck the board. Yeah, smart move. Looks like he do have a tag of protection just to counter against this against the sorry, Hereditary Patriot. So smart move. So yeah, a very, I mean, this is a bane of all harpies, definitely a bane of all harpies, but luckily there is that forbidden chalice that kind of, you know, mute this effect, because I see that is a cross sign, the mute effect is cancelled, so saved, really saved at the time, really saved. Yep. I'm pretty slick in my guess. I look, what are the odds of you drawing that chalice against the Patriot? Like, wow. Alright, it's gonna be a sick move, man. A really sick move. Jesus. Alright, that's gonna be as funny as heck. Oh my god, better face. Yep, it's gonna be a tough one. Alright, looks like the Patriot strategy has failed thanks to Forbidden Chalice. Okay, so now the thing is that the tables have sort of turned on Mouse, and this Mouse is able to recover back against Belfour into his is this situation, because he has lost a potential counter against an opponent, and there's a chance that Balfour may use the same move back against him, which end up muting his field to be useless. So yeah, you have to see whether it is gonna be a very difficult situation for him or not. Yep. Alright, Treacherous Trapple is gonna straight away hit the bot and erupt the field. Totally just capiche the field. Okay, it looks like Bellafoy is still pretty solid even though he's the last player. Yep, more or less once the Patriot strategy has failed for Miles, things can be definitely going downhill from there. So now with a bot wipe, and he has already done the there's already, you know, normal summon channel. Okay, you still have a nice, you still have recovery on the historic party to build back his spot. So provided Saka is not gonna do anything, I mean technically it won't be another treasure shuffle, but it's gonna be very difficult for this to get a counter. Okay, performing if it activates, still go through Oracle, still search. Has Harpy trigger its effect yet? Yeah, the Harpy's Cyber Slash Harpy Lady hasn't triggered the effect yet. Okay, still very strong full point. Is Balfour able to stand a chance against this full point or no? Alright, let's just go for it. 6 to Malevolence. Okay, smart move not to trigger any spam trap while try to get rid of the Harpy Lady safely first. Okay. So now the thing is that we have to see whether does the back row able to respond against any effect by Malevolence, because our slash ability hasn't actually activated the effect. Because if let's say this is a live spam trap, the cyber slash ability could be able to affect the monster. Okay, he's going to open a historic party. Effect trigger bouncing. Alright, so he's building up back a full board. Okay, so Perfumer also doing the same board, recovering back the Feather's Rest. So now we have to take a look at how is he going to recover for this situation, because there is that historic party. And now the historic party is not attached to any of the Harpy Ladies, but if somehow other Miles find a way to get rid of the historic party, these two monsters could be gone. He could keep a very good strong position against the Cyber Slash Harpy Lady. Alright, Elegant Egoist, he's going to actually open up the board with the Harpy Lady 1, further increasing the board of his attack. So yeah. Alright, there's still a Feather Rest in the hand. So both players still strong with 4k life points. The match could go either way. Take note, there's a Feather Rest on the hand, so one monster is definitely going to go. One is definitely gonna go, that's for sure. Yeah, so we will have to observe And let's take a look how is the whole place we compare, because one for the rest we don't know what the other card is, and so far in the graveyard we did not see any Swallow's Nest. So we can't see where does he play, and while for his side he has no Swallow's Nest either. Alright, strong go for Channeler, discarding a Happy Monster, right. Okay, so it's now his turn to actually go for the block. Oh my god, now it's his turn. Yep, like I said, Patriot, once Patriot expresses his dominance against the opponent, the most of the deck, Happy Deck is actually sealed, so it is a very strong counter. But now the problem is a 2k7 Malevolent Sync, you can't really get rid of it, because there's a high major attack boost and there's no spell and trap to actually supplement the counter. And if let's say the Patriot is out of the way, that's it. The effect is actually gone, I think. Yes, why is Wing Face out of field? So it really depends on how he's gonna respond. I mean, there's no spell and trap, so he can actually go aggressive, but he has to get rid of the Patriot first. Because if he can't get rid of Patriot, he has no way to spend on any of the monster. Okay, so he choose not to, instead go straight aggro. Yeah, he actually didn't. Why though? Because if he did, he could actually have it. Alright, makes sense. He want to trigger the effect to bounce, I guess. Wait, I don't think he gets summoned actually. Wow, this can't. Yeah, he can't. Cannot summon. Yeah. He has to get rid of the Patriot. I mean, technically it was me, right? I could have banished away the Patriot when it comes to no material, and I can still run over the Cyber Stash ability. I mean, that would be a better move to play as compared to the one before. What is done is done. There's no, we can't really comment much on it, because there will be a more better move. I mean, pardon me. I mean, if I'm wrong, y'all can feel free to correct me. Because if I remember correctly, if like he has the Patriot on the field and the Happy Stash ability, I could actually banish the Patriot, because it's a 2k6 Happy Stash. I just use my Venomous to run over, and he didn't have much card in his hand, so I don't think he can really recover much. But it really depends. I mean, that is how I would play actually. Okay, it goes on battle phase, special ability goes inflict 1k3, or you can end phase search for card app. And now problem is both players' his third parties actually dead. There's no attachment to any of the Happy Ladies already. Right, goes a Channeler, anything you chain against the Channeler? Yup, Book of Moon bounces. So Mouse is in a very bad situation. Of course, the Swallow's Nest, okay, nice, dodges the Book of Moon. Our problem is he, does he have any other form of recovery? Does he have another one? Okay. So he actually finished 2 of his Channeler. Goes for the Oracle. By now both sides do have a Stash ability. Is Mouse able to recover back in this situation? Egotist effect. Yikes. Okay, kind of smart, I guess. He actually wants to bait out, so fair enough. Okay, slash up lady. Okay, both are open so healthy, big damage. And end this is still away the self-respect. Okay, apparently there's a connection fail. Balfour actually wins this game. Alright. Nice. I have to update manually. That's a bummer. Alright, so okay, 6. So there's Shun and Zhuo, and Belfour has not lost any at all. So let's see if Belfour able to Belafio is able to catch up to the rest. Yeah, apparently there's a timeout. There's not enough time for Mouse to actually recover. So yeah, looks like time was not really on his side actually, unfortunately. Alright, next one is Shu against Belfour. Oh my god. Okay, looks like Belfour is facing a Qing Yuan Bai Long, Blue Eyes with the Ultimate Dragon skill. Okay, it goes on stage with Blue Eyes, searches for the White Stone of the Ancients. Actually passes there with 2 set cards, really interesting. Okay, there will be a live hunting ground right here, because there's two cards to be shot, apparently. Okay, looks like no effect triggered. He's gonna snipe away 1 card. Change to enemy controller. Okay. Tributes and steals away the Harpy Channeler. That goes to Swallow's Nest. Wow. And that's interesting. Actually dodges it. So both players are very aggressive on the first return. Reduplicates the Channeler and still gets the next another card. So now probably how to guess where you get that card. Regeki Break. Nice. Is there another Swallow's Nest? Please tell me yes, it was so funny. Yeah, actually no. There isn't any. That's kind of a pity. But because you dump away the White Sun Variation at the end phase, this is gonna go. This is the gotta go. Alright, looks like Regeki Break. Oh my god, if only there's one more Swallow's Nest, that would be a very epic recovery. It'd be funny as heck, it'd be very epic. I know we're feeling you. Okay, so end phase, so he can choose to ignore the hunting ground when and goes for the one of the set cards there. So let's see whether he's able to hit the right one. Okay, nice hit on the Pokemon. So now 1 card is able to recover from that. Right, so yeah, 15k5, so it's gonna go very aggressive. Belafo is in a pinch. There's a fine way to recover. With the hunting ground, he's able to carry out a bad roll, but the problem is there's a lot of responsive trap cards. So Regeki Break, which is gonna be putting him in a very dire situation. Alright, so another set card. So he didn't draw any Harpies, I presume. Right, so this is gonna be a very dire situation. Does he have any form of recovery? His third party, nice. Any way to recover, any way to get rid of the History Party. Okay, so 2, 3, Hunting Ground, able to hit a set card. Is it able to do anything to counter against a set card? Is there any counter from that? Karma card, Regeki Break, anything? Nope. There's a Divine Wrath. Alright, so now he is able to Synchro Summon. Yep, there is a single summon play on here. This Belafo is still not able to survive. Hopefully there's 2 Harpies. It's gonna be a very severe situation for him, because if 2 Harpies is there, the next turn single summon will be able to go through and definitely able to bounce back the Dragon Spirit. Okay, so end phase open treasure struggle. Alright. Okay, so it looks like yes, you want to search for card. Yes, you want to search for card. That's why I choose to destroy. So Harpy is able to build up board by searching the perfumer. Then Pokemon will actually leads to a elegant equality is bringing back the board back again. Because Now the thing is that he already have a strong established control, so Shun is gonna be having a tough time. Hunting ground, I mean, he has to destroy something, but he will not be actually destroying the historic party because he actually needs the extra monster for the single summon, and therefore actually wins this round. Okay. Alright, slowly catching up. Alright, let's see how will the next round be. Alright, looks like Shun able to recover this one, or is he gonna bite the dust? Right. Okay, looks like Belvo hasn't lost a single round yet. This last match will be pretty tight. This last two, because if let's say Shun were to lose this one, it will be going to the last player to actually hope to clear the board for him. So yeah, we will be in a for a very long day. It's really 1:13 AM on my side, and it's about 1:30 PM on your side. For those listening in the Eastern time, what they call the time again? Yes, the the Eastern Daylight Time. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, so starting with the score: Melodious Diva, Songjas of Maestro, Salvage, Special Summon Mozata, I think. Is it gonna special summon Mozata? Okay, Sofina. Alright, so actually Salvage back the score to prepare the board. And pass a turn to Belfort, so it's a set card. So what does it plan to do with the set card? Hunting Ground can actually destroy it, so we need to see what he plans to summon. Alright, same thing goes for Oracle. Destroys the set card. Any response on the set card itself. Okay, so Pokemon, so trying to stop the potential synchro summoning, but unfortunately no, they don't allow tribute with the Oracle and replaces back with one more, which tend to be Channeler. Then Channel effect will trigger again. Of course, no choice, you have to actually destroy your own Harpist Underground, but it's able to provide a strong synchro summoning board. Channel actually discards one Harpy monster. And take note, we still haven't used of the end phase effect or Oracle to salvage a Hunting Ground back. Then after that, going for the Perfumer, so he's gonna wish go from Strongboard and find a way to get rid of Sofina. Alright, connection fail. But that is rather quick. Okay, Shun actually surrendered because the board wasn't, it's not really optimal for him. Alright. Yeah, we have final players on both sides. yeah, last player from whose side. Who? Oh, Bella. Bella was actually she can be harpies. Oops. Alright, so last player. Okay, last player of the day. Alright, so both final player, and if either one loses the 2 rounds, that's it. Alright, let's go. Alright, same procedure. Bella actually searches for his uses his Harpy Prophet, he search for a spell card for the Harpy's Federers, but at the price of destroying his own hunting ground. But he's gonna establish what by using Surrender so that the build is blocked strongly with minimum of 3 monsters in his graveyard. Right, so Harpy channels effect. Discards. Okay, gonna go for Harpies, so here we can use the Harpies effect at the end phase to recover. Right, so more or less he has already 4 cards in the graveyard with the strong establishment of the board itself. At the rest, recovery, of course he will not be touching the Harpies, recovering the 3 other copies and getting the 2 card advantage, hopefully 2 good cards so that he can actually control the board from there. Now point is, does Zero play Yusenju or he actually plays the Luna Knight? That really depends on how will the whole playout be like. Alright, so end phase Harpy is actually salvage back, searches for a wing level 4 low wing monster and add it to his with 1005 attack. That's definitely from the deck and add it to his hand. So at the end phase only these 2 boards, so let's see how Zoa is going to recover in this play stance. Because there's a chance that either playing your Senju or Luna Knights. Luna Knight. I mean, I call dips on Luna Knight usually. No, Yosenju. Jesus. Alright. So Karma 2 effect special summons another Yosenju. Then Karma 3 effect activates special summons the Yosenju Inza. Inza effect actually draws. Alright, so the problem is he able to find a way to get rid of the ball? Because most of them, one of them can actually attack the opponent directly. Okay. Whoa. Alright. So he's actually going for the Portrait. Goes for better phase, so he's able to control board with no Harpy monsters. So Belfoy is in a very tight situation. Inside with this better hand, but there is that Portrait on the field with extreme control. I don't think he can summon. Yeah. I don't think so. Can he? So now he's in a very critical situation because the I think he's still. Okay, so going for the hunting ground, he's able to summon any of the happy monster. And in terms he can still because he is not in the hand. But I don't think he can egotist any of his card out at the moment. Yup, end phase. He's not able to do anything much. So now he has to find a way to clear the board against Belfort, or else it will be a very difficult situation for him because he only restricts some cards with the symbol. Right, going for better phase, Inza hits direct attack and end phase return back, so he's actually doing a control with hard hatred. Okay, so the original Happy Lady can't actually be summoned, and this means that Egotist is actually stuck. Okay, so Book of Moon to cover the fire trade so that all the rest of monsters can actually hit the field, especially the cards with originate of Happy Lady. Okay, so pretty solid now, nice recovery. The question is the recovery be able to last for long? I mean, if the moment he summons the Cyber Slash Happy Lady and able to clear the board, I think it will be very high advantage for him at this point in time. Okay, so the Hereditary Hatred is still, it is technically a good counter, but once you cast that Pokemon, it kind of got mellowed out by the effect as well. So yeah, so definitely Happy Lady is gonna be able to clear board. Egotist effect definitely bounces back the okay, so actually choose not to bounce but actually goes with the Feather Rest. Yeah, he chooses not to bounce because he wants to get rid of the monster on the spot. It's not gonna actually push ahead. Just going straight for a direct attack. Okay, they should have a hand trap to protect themselves with the Sentry, no? Because I just presume that he will actually use maybe use Boxing Veil. Yeah. Recovering back life points and not able to trigger the Destiny Draw yet. My Boxing Veil able to hold the fort. Okay, so recover back Feather Rest because there is still a fair number of Happy monsters in the graveyard to do so. Slash Happy is kind of live, but they wouldn't bounce the Boxer Veil. Right, Mystical Space Typhoon. I mean, Slash Happy wouldn't choose to bounce because it would be a waste. I mean, okay, unless he chooses to bounce his own monster. Okay, so he actually bounces back the Happy Lady 1 to recover back. Okay, so Belfort, passed by the Belfort, so Zawu only able to cover that with a 1k8, so he can't use the Slash to actually bounce it because it will be adding the momentum. So now the things that Belfort is trying to be generate the advantage by recycling key Happy cards back to get a cutscene in. It's not a bit of a situation because he has, if let's say Zawu has a skill of a Destiny Draw, he can actually find a way to turn the board against the opponent. But definitely it's not, he's definitely not going to actually ensure that the Boxer Veil will be destroyed. So his battle phase will tend to actually try to get rid of it and hopefully next turn be able to kill the board there with the remaining life points. But he has to try to not to trigger the Destiny Draw, and he still have a fair number of monsters now field, tanky effect. So most of the young Central monster actually uses the Fire Formation tanky to actually add consistency to the deck to look for the key of Central monsters. Because Karma 1 actually can actually bounce back an opponent monster if let's say they will be summoned with if there's another Your Central monster. So Karma effect activates, very summon another Your Central card is now. But triggering a Book of Moon with the effect of Slash ability will be able to bounce back a card. So it starts end phase, bounce back. So it's actually holding back the same board hand because if his Harpy Oracle can keep recycling the cards in the graveyard because you're a special summon, you can recycle by the Feather Rest if there's a need to, or you can just recycle the Egotis as well if there's a need to. Because he do actually return back the key Harpy cards back to the deck already, so the Elegant Egotis is actually live and pretty strong. Alright, so goes for battle phase, destroys the monster, any phase, searches. So all the more try to not trigger any of the Destiny Draw ability. So now Zawo still has to find a way to optimize and find a way to get rid of the high slash ability because there is actually nothing here. With the Karma 1 being in the graveyard, there's nothing going to bounce and we need to check how many Karma 1 he actually played. Alright, goes for a hunting ground, so he's gonna start wrecking all the sparing traps that may be potentially blocking the attack. So now, special summon the Oracle, the hunting ground effect activate, destroying the set card. So is the set card be able to change the game or no? Not with no response, nothing. Alright, Sword Swing reveals 2 of the user into and bounces back 2 face-up cards. Return up to 2. So he only reveals 1, so only return 1. So you actually want to get rid of the Cyber Slash ability before it became a further threat. Alright, so now the problem is he can do a separate attack or you just do a single attack. Alright, single summoning. So special summon back the same Cyber Slash ability that was actually bounced, hunting ground, destroys the final sparing trap which is a tanky and he actually plans to go offensive. Yep. Alright, so now he can actually trigger the Destiny Draw. And there is a Feather Rest being recycled back and there is still a fair number of monsters. There is actually exactly 3 Harpy monsters in the graveyard for the Feather Rest to actually be alive and they will actually trigger the Harpy Lady slash ability on the next turn. Destiny Draw effect triggered by the Zawo. Hopefully the cards he drew should be able to change them because Destiny Draw allows you to actually choose any card of your choice but only can use once per duel. So he has to actually treasure the card properly. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what card did he use for Destiny Draw. Okay, yep, Karma, you said you want to bounce back the monster. Goes for Isla. Once again, another Book of Moon, rendering the path mode. Okay, this is gonna be a long match. Feather's Rest. Is he gonna return this card? I think he actually choose not to actually use the card because he wants to send this card to the graveyard so that it will not be a threat to his further plan. Yep, definitely Balfour is actually going for the win. Battle phase. Now find a hit from the slash Harpy Lady, hopefully able to get rid of it. Nope, he still have a Kite Rod. Oh, this gonna take a while. Okay, so pretty much a solid control on both sides. Both sides HP is close to less than 2000. Any small mistakes could actually put either play a situation. Okay, so Zawo actually didn't have any way to defend itself and actually passes his turn. So going back to Oracle, being able to recycle once more the Spine Traps. Going for battle phase. So have a Kite Rod in the graveyard, but it's able to block everything. Kite Rod blocks the first one. Harpy Lady and the Channeler, anyway to block those two. Okay, second Kite Rod. Oh my god, there's a third Kite Rod. Yep. Shadow's Nest. Yep, no way, there's no way he is able to stop the last one. Because there's no more Kite Rod in the graveyard. Clear the board. Alright. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's see, just got updated. Yeah, still not really updated. Okay, the point is 9. Yeah. These are either the last one or the last second one, really depending on the playouts. Alright, they choose to repeat. Your Senju choose to repeat the deck. Alright. Right, Kama, Isna, Searchers. Right, the match is very close. Stellar Trace with Phoenix. Okay. Alright, he's going for the exit summon to the Patriot. Alright, so he's just waiting for moment 2 of the monsters come out. He can actually exit away to control. So that's his plan. Alright, so now the things that he has to hit the Heretic Patriot. Sorry, how am I to pronounce the card again? Yes, the Patriot. Should be able to control the field, but with the Pokemon actually render the card useless, and the chance of him recovery will be slightly slimmer unless Belfort is not able to have a strong block. Alright, so it's going straight for the Swallow's Nest. Okay, so it looks like the Hereditary Patriot's combo is not able to work because usually Harpy's build actually play 3 copies of the Pokemon itself. So it's kind of a bummer for him right now. It's very difficult for him to actually recover back right now. Alright, so he actually choose to dump a lot of resources to build up his graveyard, going for the Egotis. Activate Egotis. Okay, so this is very no chance at all he's going straight for a full point. So setting a card, so he's going to go for a Synchro Summon. Yep. Slash ability and attempts to destroy the monster. End phase Harpies and the end phase effect of the Oracle will actually activate. So search for Channeler and recovers back the Hunting Ground also. Alright, so depending on what's the set card, it could be very difficult for Zerwu to actually recover, because he actually wasted resources to actually build a Patriot, which was rendered useless by the Pokemon itself. So now given the situation, okay, even though Bella 4 has lesser advantage, but Salvo's situation isn't really that optimal either, because both do have the same number of cards on the board. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, so Yosenju Karma 1. Special summon another Yosenju monster. So the CYC special summon next. Okay, Forbidden Challenge is actually gonna let the monster stay on the board. Yep, the monster is actually gonna stay on board because they actually find a way to actually destroy the monster because this monster is a threat. Alright, going for Channeler, Channel Effect, this card will actually special summon a Harpy monster. Alright, goes to a Perfumer again, Perfumer because they have already used the Egotis. He's gonna search for Feather Rest. Yeah, and it's still a resource to recover from the Feather Rest. Yep. Alright, so now it's actually planning to go, hopefully he's actually planning to go for Strong Board. Another single summon. To another Happy Lady. Okay. Okay, so both Happy Lady best go for an offensive attack. Alright, so he definitely had the... Wait, let me see. When you take damage and the effect was triggered. Let's see, is he able to respond anything? Any trigger? Nope. So you just want to plan to eat the damage and blanch any instant from there, not triggering the Destiny Draw, which is a pretty smart move. Tanky formation, so if you plan to search for a tanky monster, so search for your central monster, Kama 2 will actually build up the board because each of the normal summon will able to summon the whole board on the field. But we have to take away that there is a set card right here, so if let's say it's alive or Cyber Stash ability, his board could be actually returned back to the hand. Because the more cautious that the Valor has it against the Yosenju Karma 1. Okay, so Karma 2 effect activates. Spare summon Karma 1, Karma effect activates, and you chain. Nope. So Karma effect activates. Actually target one of the Cyber Stash ability to return back. Inside effect actually activates gets 2, draw a card. So now it's gonna control back with my level C. We'll be able to clear the board and win Belfo. Alright, his third party. Okay, re-triggering back, so he planned to enter the board one shot with Happy Stash ability, destroying the Marvelous on the spot. So he actually planned to build out the board from there. Pretty smart move, so he actually used one of his Cyber Stash ability as a bait. Oracle effect Abyss also gets to search. And of course, if Happy gets destroyed, he can actually search from the deck. Which try actually just Central Karma killing actually choose to do so, but Oracle Happy of course effect still trigger through and giving the few advantage needed. Alright, so in this situation, it could be Zawu could be in a very dire situation unless he has a kite point or the batting boxer to recover from that. If not, it's very difficult. So now using Feather Rest to recover back the board. He's able to swamp back a full board of monster against his opponent. Well, that could be anyone's guess. So now he's gonna need the damage slowly. in order not to trigger the destiny draw. Okay, a full board again, 2k9, not enough. So if either attack goes through, that's it. Okay, Batting Boxer Bill. Covers back life point, destroys a monster. Is he gonna end the turn? Or is he gonna just go for the damage? Okay, apparently he just decides to end the turn. So he do have Boxer Bill and Effect Veiler. Alright, triggering Destiny Draw because you already take more than 2k damage. Okay, so he brings the mystical space tanking to destroy either destroying his third party, but it will be attached to the Harpies. Harpies with an Envis will actually trigger. Alright, let's go for the Karma. Normal summons the Isbana. So since Nago is going for the Pokemon, so now we know that he do not have any hand trap in his hand. So it will be therefore it actually has a advantage right here because there's no hand trap and his graveyard do not have a single Hyper. So yeah, this game is pretty much it. He actually can't actually recover really. Yeah. Balfour wins. Alright. Okay. So yeah, concluding this score. This is a pretty close match. So as for now, Phoenix has won the game with the score of 10-8 with Balfour MVPing at the last crucial moment. Yep. So thank you very much guys. Let me just hold on a sec. Let me just transit back. Okay, so for now, thank you for actually dropping by and I'll catch you in the next stream. But for now, I'll be actually reading someone. Hopefully she is still online. So yeah, so thank you for dropping by and I'll catch you in the next stream. Am I able to rate? Wait, not able to? That's odd. Alright, thanks for dropping by and we're gonna rate sound. Don't worry, this stream is very friendly one. Thank you very much and have a good day. Thank you and good night.
Wipe out us all. Murder's the person. Like, are you ready? So we go. Murder brawl. What?